At the end of February, we released update 0.7.2. Unfortunately, with this update, some of you faced a significant decrease in game performance after a large number of battles. It took us 18 days to locate and eliminate this issue. We want to tell you how it all went down and why we managed to fix it only with your help and after intense and laborious work. But before getting into the details, the most important thing, on behalf of the entire team, I'd like to apologize for this situation. It really pains us that our mistake prevented you from enjoying the game. To thank you for your patience and understanding, we are giving 3 days of premium account time to everyone who logged into the game after the release of update 0.7.2. You can activate the premium account at any time during the month. To do this, you just need to follow the link in the video description and click the button. Now, let's figure out what really happened.
To eliminate any defect, we need to reproduce it in the studio first. While analyzing the flow of your complaints about the game performance after the release of update 0.7.2, we couldn't devise a clear way of reproducing the issue. A multitude of factors can impact the performance, and we needed to single out exactly the one that caused the problem for players. First of all, we consulted the database and checked the statistics on FPS for the previous updates, and for this one, neither the average values nor the more detailed analysis by percentiles showed any significant deviations.
We needed to dig deeper. We tried to classify the configurations that experienced FPS drops by gathering DX diags, logs, replays, and other types of diagnostic data. To obtain as much detail as possible, we contacted players and streamers directly. At the same time, we were investigating different theories on why the issue arose specifically after the release of update 0.7.2. Many versions were rejected at once. Others were scrapped after a long analysis. We checked the information from players that said they were able to resolve the issue by updating drivers, installing or removing mods, and making other tweaks to the game. These theories weren't confirmed, but the data we gathered helped us narrow the search area.
In the end, we were able to achieve a stable reproduction of the issue after a long series of battles without restarting the game client. Now we needed to isolate the cause and eliminate it. We prepared special versions of the game client to play on the main server and simultaneously gather telemetry data. After a multitude of sessions, 12 to 15 battles each on dozens of configurations, we managed to identify the defect's location, the interface subsystem.
And then a new problem arose. The existing diagnostic tools weren't sufficient enough to understand what part of the code exactly had caused the performance degradation. We had nothing left to do but start updating the toolset. With no time to lose, we simultaneously began the so-called binary search. The entire integrity of the 0.7.2 code revisions were divided into 2 parts. We tested each part individually. Then, these 2 parts were also divided by 2, and so on and so forth, until we discovered the code revision where the defect had originated.
As it turned out, the cause lay within the changes to the battle interface, which was designed as a means for the game client to support high resolutions in the future. Due to an error introduced within these changes, after each battle, excessive entities appeared in the battle interface control system. Following a long series of battles, those excessive entities accumulated and led to the performance drops. The updated toolset allowed us to precisely identify the problem within the code. Then we just had to fix the error, prepare an update, test it, and release it.
A big thank you to everyone who helped us locate the problem, who reported to the support center, who tested the update, and who sent us logs, videos, and other data via different platforms. We learned a lesson from this situation, and right now, we're changing our development cycle so we can increase the number and quality of tests for future updates. Thanks to your involvement and contribution, World of Warships will become better. Good luck in battle.